Right, let's talk about something truly epic. Imagine you're trying to get from Italy to Austria, or the other way around. For centuries, your only option was to go over the mighty Alps. It's a stunning drive, but slow, steep, and clogged with an endless snake of lorries belching out fumes. Well, for decades, some incredibly clever people have been working on a better idea. Instead of going over the mountains, they decided to go straight through them. This isn't just any old tunnel though, this is the Brenner Base Tunnel, a project so massive it almost boggles the mind. It's a 64-kilometer long railway tunnel burrowed deep under the rock, creating a flat, fast link between Innsbruck in Austria and Fortezza in Italy. When I say long, I mean properly, record-breakingly long. When it's all connected up, the Brenner Base Tunnel will form part of the longest underground railway connection on the entire planet. That's a staggering achievement. This tunnel is the absolute heart of a much bigger European dream called the Scandinavian Mediterranean Corridor. Think of it as a superhighway for trains stretching all the way from Finland down to Malta. The Brenner Pass, that twisty mountain road, has always been the single biggest bottleneck on this entire route. It's the one spot where everything grinds to a halt. This tunnel is designed to completely uncork that bottleneck, once and for all. The scale of this thing is just immense. We're talking about a project that has been decades in the making, involving thousands of engineers, workers, and gigantic machines. On September 18, 2025, they finally broke through the last bit of rock on the main excavation, a truly historic moment celebrated by leaders from across Europe. This isn't just about making life a bit easier for holidaymakers, though it will certainly do that. It's about fundamentally changing how Europe moves goods. Over 2.5 million trucks crawl over the Brenner Pass every year, and this tunnel is designed to get a massive chunk of that freight off the congested roads and onto efficient, clean electric trains. So, what you have is a colossal piece of infrastructure that drills right through the base of a mountain range. It bypasses the old, winding 19th century railway line that struggled up steep gradients. Instead, it provides a nearly flat path, which is exactly what you want for heavy freight trains and high-speed passenger services. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni called the breakthrough a historic day for the whole of Europe, and she's not wrong. This is more than just a tunnel, it's a statement of ambition, a symbol of European cooperation, and a game-changer for transport, trade, and the environment. It's brilliant, really. Now, you don't just decide to dig the world's longest underground railway and get it done over a weekend. The engineering challenge here has been monumental. We're talking about tunneling through the heart of the Alps, one of the most complex geological environments you could possibly imagine. The engineers had to deal with extreme geotechnical conditions, from solid rock to fractured zones with immense water pressure. To tackle this, they used gigantic custom-built tunnel boring machines, or TBMs. These are essentially mobile factories, hundreds of meters long, that grind away at the rock face while simultaneously installing the concrete tunnel lining behind them. It's an incredible dance of power and precision. The final tunnel system is actually a network of tunnels totaling 230 kilometers. That's like digging from London almost all the way to Manchester, but underground. It consists of two main, single-track tubes, each about 8 meters wide. They run parallel to each other, about 40 to 70 meters apart. For safety, there are connecting passages every 333 meters, so people can escape from one tube to the other in an emergency. But here's the clever bit. Running between and below these two main tunnels is a third, smaller one. This is the exploratory tunnel. It was dug first to study the geology and now serves a vital role for drainage and maintenance access. The sheer amount of rock and earth that has been moved is mind-blowing. Teams worked from multiple construction sites in both Austria and Italy, digging towards each other with pinpoint accuracy. Italian company Webuild, a giant in the world of mega projects, was responsible for a huge 50-kilometer stretch of the work. As Pietro Salini, the CEO, pointed out, they had to use the most advanced technology available just to manage the risks and keep thousands of workers safe deep beneath the mountains. By September 2025, about 88% of all the tunneling was complete, a testament to incredible planning and relentless hard work. This wasn't just about brute force either. It was a project of immense precision. You have teams starting miles apart, deep inside a mountain, and they have to meet up perfectly. Any mistake would be disastrous and colossally expensive. They used advanced surveying and GPS technology to guide the TBMs on their slow, steady journey through the rock. Overcoming these challenges, breaking through that final wall of rock, wasn't just a construction milestone. It was a victory for human ingenuity against the immense power of nature. It's the kind of thing that makes you proud to be human. So what does all this digging actually get you? Well, the answer is speed, and efficiency, and cleaner air. Once the Brenner base tunnel opens, the journey between Fortezza and Innsbruck will be transformed. Right now, the train journey takes about 80 minutes on the old winding track. With the new tunnel, passenger trains will be able to hit speeds of up to 250 kilometers per hour, slashing that journey time down to just 25 minutes. That's an hour of your life saved every time you make the trip. It makes day trips and commuting between the two regions a genuine possibility, connecting communities like never before. But the real revolution is for freight. The old mountain railway is so steep that freight trains need 2 or even 3 locomotives to haul their cargo up the inclines, burning huge amounts of energy. The new base tunnel is almost completely flat, with a maximum gradient of just 7%. This means freight trains can be longer, heavier, and travel much faster, up to 160 kilometers per hour. More importantly, they'll only need 1 locomotive. This single change makes rail freight vastly more competitive against road transport, which is the entire point of the project. It's about creating a powerful incentive to get those millions of lorries off the road. The environmental benefits are massive. The Brenner Pass suffers from terrible air and noise pollution caused by the constant traffic. By shifting a significant portion of freight from diesel trucks to electric trains running on clean energy, the tunnel will drastically improve the quality of life for everyone living in the Alpine valleys. The EU's Commissioner, Apostolos Tzitzikostas, called it the first 21st century cross-border railway tunnel. And he's right. It's a green solution to a very modern problem. It's not just about moving goods faster, it's about doing it in a way that doesn't choke the planet or the beautiful Alpine landscape. This project also has another, perhaps unexpected, dimension: military mobility. In today's world, the ability to move troops and equipment quickly across Europe has become critically important. The Austrian Defense Ministry has highlighted the tunnel's significance for national defense, allowing for the rapid deployment of resources across the continent. So, while its main purpose is to boost trade and clean up transport, the BBT also strengthens Europe's resilience and strategic capabilities. It's a project that delivers on multiple fronts, making Europe faster, cleaner, more connected, and more secure. That's what I call a win-win-win situation. With the main digging now complete as of September 2025, you might think the job is done. But breaking through the rock is just one, albeit very spectacular, part of the story. Now, the enormous task of fitting out the tunnel begins. This involves laying down kilometers of railway tracks, installing the overhead power lines, and fitting all the complex signaling, communication, and safety systems that a modern high-speed railway needs. It's a huge detailed job that will take several more years to complete. The finish line is in sight, but there's still a final crucial leg of the race to run before the first trains can roll. The grand opening is currently scheduled for 2032. That's the year when passengers and freight will finally start reaping the benefits of this €10.5 billion investment. The cost has been shared between Austria and Italy, with the European Union stepping in to cover a huge chunk, around half of the total expense. This highlights just how important the Brenner base tunnel is, not just for the two host countries, but for the entire continent. It's a physical manifestation of European cooperation, a project too big for any single nation to tackle alone, but achievable when everyone pulls together. It's money well spent on future-proofing Europe's transport network. Of course, challenges remain. As Austria's Chancellor Christian Stocker wisely pointed out, the tunnel alone won't solve all the transit issues overnight. There are ongoing debates between Austria and Italy about managing the flow of trucks on the roads leading to the tunnel. Finding neighborly solutions for both road and rail will be key to maximizing the project's benefits. The tunnel is the centerpiece of a new system, but the entire system, including the access routes at either end, needs to work seamlessly together to truly end the era of Alpine gridlock and create a smooth, integrated transport corridor. When those first trains finally speed through the base of the Alps in 2032, it will mark the end of one journey and the beginning of another. It will be the culmination of a century of dreaming and decades of relentless work. For millions of people, it will mean faster, easier, and more pleasant journeys. For businesses, it will mean a more efficient way to trade across the continent. And for the planet, it will mean a small but significant victory in the shift towards cleaner transportation. This isn't just a tunnel, it's a gateway to a better connected, more sustainable European future. And that is properly exciting.